If you have been sold the idea of the laptop lifestyle, I'm guessing there's a couple of things that have kept you from getting that outcome, that result. Today, my friend Beyond Singh is going to walk us through and show us how Extendly can help us dial in all of these, shortcomings and turn your sales into a compounding machine. Let's go. Beyond, thanks for being here with me, buddy. Appreciate having you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to talk with you. So it's funny because I think a lot of times what people do is they want to own a business. Okay. There's people like me, like I knew I would never work for anyone. I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur always. Okay. And the internet coming around and making it so we can work from anywhere gives people the idea that they can really just have, again, that laptop lifestyle and go out and build a business. However, when you actually go out to build a business, you're confronted with all of these obstacles. Now, I will say me, from my personal standpoint, before when I got started, I'm not a technical person. I'm not a, get in my computer and know what all the settings are and all that kind of stuff. But I am good at sales. I'm good at communication. I'm good at talking and getting clients. And when I first started my SMMA, I bought a course and I thought I was going to be able to do it all myself. Why I thought that, I don't know. Their sales pitch was good. But I quickly came to the realization that A, I'm dumb, and B, this is not my strong suit. Okay. And so for me, the solution back then was to find a business partner who is still my business partner today. Now, I got lucky because picking a business partner, oh man, if you do it wrong, you're hosed, right? And so it was, I, again, got lucky. But what I'm excited about with you today and what I want to cover is people like me. Let's say you're a person who is good at sales, and maybe the better way to say that is you're good at confront. You have a high level of confront. Talking to people, going outside of your comfort zone is not an issue for you. So getting clients is not going to be an issue for you. However, for the me's, for those people who are watching, who are like me, the next thing that's going to cripple your business are going to be a couple things. One, support. That's a big one. Right. I guess in chronological order, it'd be onboarding, then support, then retention. Okay. Right. Which were all things that I needed to partner up with Jacob so he could do and fulfill. Yeah. Which leads us to what I wanted to talk with you today and Extendly, specifically what you guys do to help people like me basically actually realize that, quote, laptop lifestyle. Okay. And, not again, while we jump into this, you guys, if you've watched my channel, that I talk about learning your craft, knowing how to do marketing, knowing how to do all these things. However, personally, with our own software stack, I want to understand it, but I don't do a lot of it. We have people that do that for us. So with that as the setup, talk to me, we'll talk to the me's of the world and tell us what Extendly can do. And maybe we'll start from, give us an overview of what Extendly is, and then how people can start using it in that setup.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we first started with Extendly, we were providing a variety of different services. Just as almost any business goes through, right? We always talk about niching down, and sometimes it's niching down into an industry, sometimes it's niching down into services. So we were already niched down to providing services to high level. Right. But we needed to further niche down into the services that we were going to provide as well. So instead of providing almost everything and being the jack of all trades, we started to focus on just snapshots and providing amazing snapshots and providing tech support related to them. So if anyone had a question on how to install this, how to get it going and whatnot, we'll be there to help them with that, right? And then providing tech support to agencies and white label support to their customers as well. So that's sort of the core that we have right now. Those are the two main services: snapshots, systems, and tech support. Those are the only two things that we do. And everything we build is around that to help help agencies, get started, get set up if they're brand new to high level, or maybe they've been around high level for a while, so they can quickly get set up with one of our snapshot systems, have a landing page, the workflows and whatnot all built out for them so they're ready to go. And two, now when they start to get customers, we can do the onboarding for them so they look like a much larger company than they may be, right? And we can provide live chat, tech support to their customers, and as well as them also if they have questions. So then it really leaves one job for them to do, which is go out, do more prospecting and do more sales.
And if that's your strong suit, then this is a perfect solution. So I remember back when I started working with chiropractors 8 years ago. And my first customers were actually people that I was consulting with. So those were easy customers to get. So that's kind of maybe a little unfair advantage I had. However, once I kind of knew their business and I knew that, hey, they want more new patients, like they want this. My next 10, 15 were so simple. The hardest part of my business was never, and it has, quite frankly, I know it's the problem for a lot of people, but for me, it's never been the issue for me to get clients. It's always, the other stuff, the onboarding, the technical. For me, we were Facebook ads driven as our first service that we offered. And so getting access, launching their ads, performance, all that kind of stuff. And so, and I know a lot of the people who are more communication motivated, they're more extrovertive, they don't have the problem of getting clients. However, they do feel like, what good is it for me to get all these clients if the team or the partnership or what's behind me is just dropping the ball all the time and making me look stupid, And for what I see, you guys are the scaffolding that kind of plugs all those holes and puts that support behind you.
Absolutely. In that manner, you put it really, really well for people to visualize that support system there. So we're literally plug and play into their system, right? So you could all you need to do is then go prospect and get more customers, do your sales, do your demos, right? We can't help you with that. Well, at least yet we can't, but that if you're good at doing that, if you're able to capture customers, well, you don't have to worry about the remaining part of it. You're selling your SaaS system on a white label format. You have a new customer. We'll do the onboarding for them. We'll get them set up, get them started, teach them how to use high level, give them the initial training. They're ready to go, right? And then now if they have questions, or their staff may have any additional questions, or other users inside their system may have questions, you get our live chat bubble right inside their high level, the customer's high level, right? In their white label. That is, the live chat is white labeled as well. So they click on there, they go ask any question they may have. My team jumps in and answers them very, very quickly. We were looking at some of the reports. Now this is just for last month that we looked at. We were at like 72% of chats, our live chats, were answered within 15 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. But
that is amazing.
Our team does an amazing job when I looked at that, and that was amazing. And then of course we did have a small percentage that weren't answered nearly as quickly or took longer than like 5 minutes, but 97% or less, the 97% of the chats were answered within 5 minutes.
I'll give all the watchers, the viewers here, a little tip. One of the things that's going to churn your business the quickest are slow response times. And I don't remember where here. I have all of these quotes and all this information is stored up here. I never forget a quote, but I always forget the source. And one of my favorite quotes is, with lack of information, people make up their own. Okay. And that right there is the enemy to your retention. Meaning, if somebody says, hey, I need like whatever the support issue is, and they wait for a minute and they're sitting there, like there's the chat bubble, no response. They're sitting there. 5 minutes goes by, they're gone, and they're frustrated and they're mad, and they made up a story in their head. With lack of information, people make up their own. They made up a story, and now boom, that's check mark number one. And guess what? Your retention just dropped by 50% because of that one thing. Getting clients is easy. Keeping clients is hard. Keeping clients is the mission, should be the mission of any smart agency. So 15 seconds, that actually kind of, I believe you because you're a trustworthy person, but that's crazy. Oh, well, I guess you couldn't believe it yourself. That's crazy. 15 seconds, dude.
We have, I gotta give credit to our director of support, who's John Olson, and he does an amazing job. I see him regularly in our team Slack, pumping up the team and always highlighting the person who answered the most chats on a weekly basis. And we have our weekly team meetings with the support team as well. So he's been doing an amazing job ever since we brought him on board.
So, okay, the support side makes sense to me. And maybe some people who are watching this already have like their UpHex, their GHL set up already, and they're ready to plug in back and support. Great. You talked about snapshots. So let's say I'm brand new today. I found out about high level today, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. It is awesome, first of all, but maybe what you don't know is getting it set up is not terribly difficult, but getting it set up so you're unique, branded, all that kind of cool stuff is some work. So that's what you were talking about in terms of snapshots, how you guys basically help an agency become an agency. So talk to me about that process there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was on a call with Sean Clark a few weeks ago, and one of the things he mentioned when I showed him one of our newest landing pages or website that we had coming out for release for Level Up was his quote was, and matter of fact, we put a little video of him on saying that in our group, but he said something along the lines of, well, if someone wants to get started in your system and they get your system, that just means they can now get started a lot quicker. Getting out of the gate makes it super fast for them. Yeah. So that's exactly what our snapshot system is built around. For example, we have a SaaS agency in a box snapshot system, right? Yeah. And that system it's a lot more than just a snapshot. Of course, we call it snapshot because of high level verbiage, but it allows you to set up your entire agency, your agency side account, right? And have all the landing pages, lead magnet, follow-up sequences, nurture campaigns, emails when someone opts into a lead magnet that you have on there, scheduling a demo, what everything that a software company needs to do to attract a customer on the front end, right? So all of that is there. It makes you look like an established company in just one day. Literally, it could be as little as just one day setting that thing up, and you could start start prospecting and hit the ground running with that. And then we have what we call a client side snapshot, which is in our terms is called a small business snapshot. It's a series of workflows and automation that's built out for all of the features that High Level has. Just so when you get a customer, and they could be in any niche, right? You can plug in that snapshot. You don't have to build a blank vanilla High Level account from scratch every single time. You can plug in that snapshot in there, and now you have a very 60-70% there. You're decently there. And now you can further customize depending on the niche and add in the proper content related to their nurture sequences and messages and their sales processes, right? But now you can literally get into almost every niche with the software and have that system ready to go.
That's awesome. Well, this video wouldn't be a video if we didn't talk about UpHex. This video couldn't live on this channel if we didn't talk about UpHex a little bit. So. Absolutely. I know you've gotten in and used UpHex a little bit.
Before you say anything, I got to tell you, I got a trial of UpHex maybe a week or two ago. I don't know how long it's been, but been some time, and got a trial. It stayed there. I'm like, you know what? I gotta try this thing. And at first, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be difficult to get set up. So I left it. I didn't I didn't do anything with it. And then one day, got in and started setting it up. It was super easy, super easy. Matter of fact, I sent Bradley an email saying, "Hey, this was literally 3 clicks to to launch a campaign. It was that easy." I did a test campaign for one of my own restaurants that I own, and this was just a test, just to see if UpHex can actually do what you guys say it does, and it really did. It took 3 clicks. Click here, select the template, and then go to the next step, and boom, it was live. I went on to hit Facebook, and the ad was running.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear the good feedback. Which, I mean, it's so cool because, again, I'll just say, and I was saying this pre-recording when you and I were talking. High Level brought us to like this new era. Like the model that we're establishing today is an actual legitimate model. If you're a person that has tried, there's so many BS things out there. Like, I mean, cryptocurrency. I mean, I don't know what you think about cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency, drop shipping, Amazon, like there's so many things that maybe they have some merit, but the biz op world has been such a, like, just a flash in the pan opportunities. They're here today, gone tomorrow. This really is the first time where I've seen a model where you can build your own software company without a development team, customize it, build an infrastructure. And if you wanted to, like, if I wanted to, obviously I've got partners now, but if I wanted to go out on my own today, I could start my own software company today, live in Thailand or travel the world, whatever, just by the things that are available today within the platform, UpHex included, Extendly. It's bonkers. Let's talk about Extendly and UpHex. What do you, and I have zero prompt for you. What does it look like if somebody's using UpHex and they're like, hey, what if people are asking about ads in their support? Are we going, or we see some future support efforts for something like that? What are your thoughts and ideas on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're internally, we're working on learning about UpHex, the possible issues that they may have, that people may ask about, right? Not that the software may have issues, but generally, when someone starts to use a product, they come across, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah, what their complaints are going to be. Sure.
Yeah, so that we can address those appropriately, because what's going to start happening is people that are using High Level as a white label software, and then they start providing UpHex to their customers as well, and they have our white label support service, right? They're going to have UpHex on there as well, and they're going to come and ask us questions about how do I do this? How do I do that? Right? So we want to be able to be in position to be able to support that. And which is why we're learning more about UpHex. We're going to be educating our support team on that as well. And there's not a lot to learn. It's a really simple process.
It's weird, huh? It's kind of weird. Like every now and again, I'm like, it is kind of weird how little there is to learn on this. But
yeah, the software does one thing, and it does one thing really, really well, right? Yeah. And it's to launch an ad for someone, right? Yeah. Of course, there's ability to build an ad or things of that nature, and all these other things that someone can do, but it's getting the end user to put in their content, put in their images, and launch an ad on Facebook without having to need an agency to do it, yeah. Right? So if someone, those that are listening, you got started with High Level as a SaaS, right? Mm-hmm. You added UpHex to differentiate yourself from other high levelers that are doing, selling it as a SaaS as well. Now you don't have to sell them marketing services. You can tell them that you can be your own marketing manager, literally using our ads manager, right? Yeah. Which is UpHex, and launch your own ads at any time they want to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and conclude this. Here's what I'm going to do. In the description below, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to Extendly, and then I'm going to make a couple of notes on on this model. Cause again, this is a newer model. In fact, I did an interview with Sean, and the title of the video was SMMA versus SaaS, right? And I did SMMA and if you don't know what that is, it's social media marketing agency. I did that for 5 or 6 years. And here's the contrast. It took me roughly 14 months to get 100 clients offering an SMMA. It took me 2 months to do the same thing with the SaaS. Okay. So, and by the way, my retention was 4-fold on the SaaS. So this model that we're talking about, and the infrastructure that you're going to need to do it and execute it, you're going to need people, I guess over here, you're going to need people like Beyont and his team over at Extendly. So I'll link below, give a write-up on this, but Beyont, thank you for being here. Any parting words?
No, that's it. The last thing that I'll say is that, the people that are looking to get a white label support, what they also get to take advantage of is an interactive user guide that we provide as part of the package, and a full knowledge base that is branded to themselves. So you can really just focus on sales and prospecting, and let us worry about your tech support.
That's awesome.
And we'll do a phenomenal job, and we'll increase your retention.
All right, man. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.